Recently, the Olympic gymnast Simone Biles gave a press conference in which, as I understand it, because I don't like to scrutinize news reports all that much because I hate the news. I hate the people who spout the news. I think they're a bunch of lying scumbags, and I don't want to be around them, and I don't want to read their stuff, and I don't want to give them any extra clicks. But nevertheless, my understanding from what I've been able to glean, and I believe this is the essence of the matter, is that Simone Biles gave a press conference in which she said the following. She said, I need to drop out of the Olympics, at least temporarily, during this team competition. So I will be leaving the team during this competition that's taking place. That's about to take place now, and the rest of the team are on their own. They'll have to do it without me. The reason why she made this announcement was because she said she was concerned for her mental health. She needed to take a step away from the sport and address her mental health issues. And she said that if she tried to compete with all of these mental health issues going on, that would be a dangerous circumstance where she might be setting herself up for injury. So she was out of there, essentially. She was, at least temporarily, she might come back for the individual competition, but for the group competition for the next few days, she just had to take a breather. She had to take a powder. She was out of there. Now, after she gave this press conference, the place where I visited on a social media site, which discussed this press conference and discussed Simone Biles making this decision, it was very interesting how nearly everybody there was like, "You go, girl. That's brave. That's a brave thing to do. Take care of your mental health. Your mental health comes first. And we know there's a lot of pressure on you. So we're so proud of you, and we stand behind you, and all of that." And there were only a few people saying, "Wait a minute here. Wait a minute. She's quitting. She's quitting on her teammates. She's just dropping out. After she competed for this spot, she got this spot. Her getting the spot that she got meant that somebody else who was competing didn't get that spot. And now that she's there at the actual Olympics, she's dropping out because she's worried about her mental health. Aren't you supposed to be able to take the pressure? Isn't that part of what it means to be an Olympic athlete? And I mean, she's been there before. She's won gold medals at past Olympics. So there were a few people who were saying that, but they were in the minority. Most everybody was just effusing with praise. Now, I don't want to definitively take one side or the other on this, because I think there are probably circumstances in which, if things are going on and your head's just not in the game, because I don't know, maybe a loved one is sick, or this is happening or that is happening, and you're just you feel like you're just on the edge, and maybe you can't really go on. You don't feel like you can go on. I mean, I could understand there being certain circumstances in which it might be appropriate, it might be forgivable for somebody in that kind of situation to say, well, I need to take some time off, and I apologize to my teammates for this, but it's just something I have to do. But I I do think that it's that offering mental health, putting the notion of mental health out there in this kind of promiscuous way, where well, I don't know, dealing with the pressure, that's a big strain on my mental health. That's part of why you're there, isn't it? You're supposed to be dealing with the strain. You're supposed to be dealing with the pressure. That's how you got as far as you've gotten. So why should you be just let off the hook? Why should you just be why should you be even be praised? It's like, wow, you go, girl. That's such a brave, ballsy thing to do, to quit on your teammates. So, but without definitively judging Simone Biles' decision, I would like to just bring up the fact that if Simone were Simon, okay, if this were a man competing and not a woman, and if a man got up and said, I'm dropping out of the Olympics, I'm dropping out of this team competition, they'll have to compete without me, and the reason I'm doing it is because I really feel kind of on edge right now, and I need to get some mental health issues addressed. Can you imagine if a man did that? Can you imagine the kind of response that would follow if a man gave a press conference and gave, if Simone Biles were Simon Biles, and he said he was dropping out of the competition, not because of an injury, not because of any physical issues, but just because he was really kind of mentally on edge right now and just needed to take a little bit of a breather. I mean, that guy would get absolutely savaged to no end. It would be, we would not hear the end of it. He would be raked over the coals and called a quitter and a wimp and a wuss. And there would be no sympathy for him. Okay? But since it's this girl, this golden girl, this media darling, probably her being the race that she is and the gender that she is, in addition to being the gender that she is, that probably helps, helps that along somewhat, makes her into this, puts her in this favored person status. But I would submit to you, even if it were a black guy who tried to opt out in this manner, I don't think there'd be any mercy on him on account of being black. I think any man, for whatever race, any male athlete competitor who made an announcement that he was dropping out because his mental health issues were in need of addressing, and he didn't want to compete while he was still mentally on edge. That would cut ice with absolutely nobody. Okay, the double standards here could not be any more screamingly apparent than they are, and I just think it's interesting. So let me know what you think. Am I wrong? If I'm wrong, why am I wrong? I don't think I am, but I'm open to anybody else's thoughts and opinions on the subject. Thanks for watching. My name's Andy Nowicki. Check out my work at altrightnovelist.com, and please check out my latest book, The Insurrectionist, which is available at Terror House Press.